I better make sure. Yep. Drugs, intoxication, and excessive tobacco use. We're good. Um, so yeah, this is a drinking stream. Not we're not going heavy with the alcohol. Basically, what I did is I just fucking felt like it. So what I did is I have a coffee cup. I've been adding cinnamon to my coffee. It's really good. So I had some leftover cinnamon in my coffee. I threw in a little bit of chocolate and some coffee liqueur. Not a lot of coffee liqueur. Not even like a full shot. Maybe like half a shot, something like that. Very little. And then I just filled the rest of the mug up with actual coffee. So it's coffee liqueur, coffee, and then like chocolate and cinnamon. It's creating this sort of like thick covering to it. It's blending. I said thick covering. I more mean it's like it's thickening. It's brown. It looks chocolatey. So let's give it a little taste. See what we got. We also have some water. But let's see what we got here. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's mild. Oh, that's so mild. Oh, that's almost like drinking nothing. Oh, what an interesting flavor. I want you to imagine you're just like sipping a cloud. Like there's no like all of the flavors have neutralized all the other flavors and there's just fucking nothing going on there. That's interesting. That is an interesting fucking sip. Anyway, let's go ahead. Let's ring out our spring season. Let's see what we've got. Spring 2025. Starting off with Enen no Shobutai San no Sho, which is Fire Force. It's third season of Fire Force. Shit. 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 Okay. Alright. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. Alright. Okay. Well, you know what? The plan worked in my head, and it did not work in practicality. Alright. Alright, we're back. Alright, let's check in Fire Force Season 3. This is the third season of Fire Force. What's going on? I can't fucking see with this current angle. Oh, there we go. Third season of Fire Force. I reviewed Fire Force Season 1. I probably read the description of Fire Force Season 2. I think Fire Force is fucking terrible. It's by the same creator as Soul Eater. It's not as good as Soul Eater. Working your shitty job, watching psychopaths playing diabolic lovers. Oh, wow, it really is a kinky game. I was just joking. Okay, what book are you going to read? Alright, we're moving on from Fire Force. Lazarus. I saw a scene from Lazarus recently. The year is 2052. An era of unprecedented peace and prosperity prevails across the globe. The reason for this, mankind has been freed from sickness and pain. Nobel Prize-winning neuroscientist Dr. Skinner has developed a miracle cure-all drug with no apparent drawbacks called Hapuna. Oh, Ghost in the Shell? Okay. Hapuna soon becomes ubiquitous and essential. However, soon after Hapuna is officially introduced, Dr. Skinner vanishes. 3 years later, the world has moved on, but Dr. Skinner has returned, this time as a harbinger of doom. Skinner announces that Hapuna has a very short half-life. Everyone who has taken it will die approximately 3 years later. Death is coming for this sinful world, and coming soon. As a response to this threat, a special task force of 5 agents is gathered from across the world to save humanity from Skinner's plan. This group is called Lazarus. Can they find Skinner and develop a vaccine before time runs out? I saw like a clip from this. This seems like a show. This seems like the kind of show that comes out and then like it's just like no one gives a shit about because it's not worth giving a shit about. It's Mappa though, so it probably like looks pretty solid. Is this a reference to Cowboy Bebop? Anyway, what do we got? New Ghost in the Shell anime next year. I heard about that by Science Saru. That's in the style of the manga, and I want to reread the manga sometime. Okay. Windbreaker. I think I talked about Windbreaker at one point. It was a 2024 anime I didn't think was worth watching. Second season of Windbreaker. Alright, moving on. Slime, Toshite, 300 nen, Shirinai, Uchi ni, level max ni, Nama, Nate Mashita Sono ni. I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level season 2. I believe I watched season 1 and it was pretty good, didn't I? Yeah, it was a 6 out of 10. That's not bad. Yeah, I'll give season 2 a watch. That sounds fine. See, look, 6 is a positive score. That means this can go up or down, right? What else we got? It's by the director of Cowboy Bebop. Okay, all right. I was struggling to remember when we talked about directors. All right. Saikyo no Osama, ni dome no jinsei wa nani wo suru. Or the beginning after the end. Apparently, the web comic or whatever gets compared a lot to Mushoku Tensei, and there's like a fucking not-so-friendly rivalry between the two of them. And then this anime came out, and it looks bad, and people are fucking livid, is from what my understanding. The story follows the strongest king in history, Gray. Although he possesses unparalleled power, wealth, and fame, there is no one who stands by his side, and he trusts no one. One day, Gray... That's just called being a king, dude. Gray suddenly meets his death and is reincarnated as a powerful infant named Arthur in a world of magic. Surrounded by a loving family and companions, Arthur starts to experience new joys in his life that he never knew in his previous one. However, during a journey, his family is attacked by bandits. Thus begins his second life filled with love and adventure. That doesn't really sell me on it, and so far everyone's been really negative about this, so I'm not really sold on this concept. So let's move on here, because I have standards. Vigilante, Boku no Hero Academia Illegals, My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I have heard that the manga for Vigilantes is better than the My Hero Academia manga, but then the only people who would be reading this are people who also read the My Hero Academia manga, and so they're not very trustworthy sources, because Hiroaka has pretty much always been bad, except for Season 2 and a little bit in Season 3. Living in a superhuman society, it is hard to feel special. Even more so when the spotlight only shines on professional heroes, those legally authorized to use their special powers known as quirks in public for greater good. Koichi Himawari grew up to be an aspiring... I still said that wrong. Whatever. Aspiring hero, but with the mediocre quirk like sliding that ties him to the ground, he soon came to the conclusion that he could only admire them from below. Despite that, Koichi finds contentment in using his quirk to carry out everyday good deeds, such as returning lost items and helping the elderly across the street. Wow. That is, like, the exact same plot as regular Hiroaka. It's like, oh, his quirk is useless. Like, no, fuck that. If you're going to tell, like, an alternate story, his quirk should be cool. It's what you should have a cool quirk. It should be the opposite. The best isekai story I ever read was about a guy who spent years isekai'd as, like, a magical girl, and he comes back to a normalized world and is just struggling to readapt. There's some really good isekai stories. Although I am willing to bet the problem with really good isekai stories is the majority of them are like known to be really good. So I bet if I hit isekai and I sort by score, it's going to be the exact ones everyone thinks of when they hear good isekai stories. Yep, Mushoku Tensei, ReZero, Konosuba. Slime, I hear, gets better. Slime's not bad. I don't want to hate on Slime, but I don't think Slime is in the same category as like a Mushoku Tensei or a ReZero. Eminence and Shadow, I hear, is like good because it's terrible. It's like one of those. Escaflowne, did not know Escaflowne was one. That's not one. Tanya's not bad. No Game, No Life, I hear people talk about as being really good. Never watched it myself. Ascendance of a Bookworm is really good. Overlore's kind of crap, but you know what you're getting. Oh, shit. Juni Koki. Yeah, no, this one is super famous, but, like, super famous if you're an old person who knows your anime history. So I guess it's more of, like, a cult classic than anything. Shield Hero sucks. Drifters and the other one I would have given is for like a really standout. Oh god, that's fuck. The other one I would have given for a really standout isekai series is that, like, no one appreciates fully is Smartphone, which is Isekai Smartphone. But Isekai Smartphone is only brilliant if you have seen enough Isekai to understand Smartphone. Because Smartphone's whole gimmick is it makes fun of Isekai series. So that's just porn. Oh, yeah. Otome Game is really good, too. Also, I'm going to say So I'm a Spider, So What is really underrated, and it's a shame it never got another season. Those are your big ones. I would almost say the Otome Game thing is like its own like subgenre now, specifically because My Life as a Villainess, though. She like created her own genre. But like those are like, so there is like some really worthwhile standout isekai series, is what I will say. Yeah, that's okay. There's what were we at? 6? There's 6 really good standout isekai series. I'm gonna call it out. I'm gonna say the Demon Lord one, where the guy reincarnates as a demon lord, is also really good. Oh yeah, Scaflone. Oh, I did not know it was these guys. Yeah, I'm gonna say Demon Lord. Whatever that one was, is really good. Yeah, there you go. There's your list. There's your list of good isekai series. I found No Game No Life novels to be better than the anime until it got repetitive and boring and stopped reading. There it is. This is the one I'm talking about. This one's underrated as well. It's like, it's not high class art, like your fucking Mashuko Tensei or your ReZero, but it's dumb fun. How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. It's just like good dumb fun. Which is about what I've heard about Eminence and Shadow as well. So, like, sometimes you just gotta chill out with some dumb bullshit, right? Like, not, like, every cult classic movie isn't known for being a good movie. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just gotta have an allowance for anime that are worth watching because they're, you know, kind of, they're kind of dumb. But some of this is also just regular dumb, to be fair, though. Smartphone! Yes! But again, Smartphone's kind of only good if you know enough about isekai to understand Smartphone. Which a lot of people, when Smartphone came out, did not understand Smartphone. Anyway, I was reading the synopsis of Vigilantes. However, Koichi's tame life takes a swing to a turbulent when he's rescued from a back alley brawl by Vigilante, or illegal hero, Knuckle Duster. Seeing hero potential in Koichi, Knuckle Duster enlists his help tracking down the source of dangerous drug known as Trigger that boosts the user's quirk potential, quirk at the expense of their rationality. Set in the time before the events of the original story, Vigilante Boku no Hero Academia Legals follows Koichi as he chooses to don the reputation of a villain and become a vigilante, operating the shadows of the law to prevent crimes from taking to the surface. Speaking of Dante, you see the fucking DMC show? My god, expectations were low, but holy shit. No, I have not. I've heard very mixed things about this. Not a lot of people are talking about it that I personally follow. But for what I've seen, some people were like, yep, it's terrible, and what was everyone expecting? And then I saw some people being like, oh, it's pretty solid. It doesn't follow the games at all, but it's pretty solid. And I'm like, huh, okay. So, yeah, I'm going to check it out at some point, but I haven't gotten around to it. I've just got so much on my plate. Also, I'm, like, on the fucking razor's edge of actually putting out my fucking anime videos at this point, so. Witch Watch. Nico Wakatsuki has finished her 6th year of witch training and is moving back to town by herself. As a new witch, she must choose a familiar to accompany her. Unlike other witches, she wishes to pick a non-animal familiar. She picks a cute boy. There's no better companion than Morihito Moi Otogi, her childhood friend who happens to be an ogre. Morihito is vehemently opposed to being her servant, but he reluctantly accepts his fate after learning that a curse would revert him into a strange cow-tiger hybrid, were he to disobey a witch's orders. Due to Morihito's father leaving for the business trip, Nico's mother remaining behind in the witch's holy land, the two teens find themselves living together under the same roof. While Nico is ecstatic to be living with her crush, Morihito finds her magical antics and overall clumsiness to create more problems than solutions. With the prophesied disaster to befall Nico within the year, Morihito must do everything he can to protect her as a bodyguard while upholding his duties as her familiar. Alright, well this sounds fucking delightful. Let's get on this. Castle Super. You did link it, but I didn't watch it. I don't remember if it was an active decision not to watch it or I just didn't have fucking time. Possibly both. Kowloon generic romance. Sometimes I won't watch the things that are linked in Discord if I plan to check out the show itself. Like, just so I don't get spoiled on the Devil May Cry show. But also sometimes I'm really fucking busy and I don't remember what the decision-making process was. But I did notice that you did link it, so... Kowloon generic romance. I'm assuming this is a reference to the Kowloon walled city, which no longer exists. They bulldozed it. Your friend really likes this manga. Interesting. In the distant future. Okay, it's the distant future set in a city that already doesn't exist anymore. Individuals who adore the old way of life live in Kowloon walled city. Why? A city that serves as refuge for those who long for the Hong Kong of the past. A realtor, Reiko Kujirai, however, craves for new and exciting places in the area. In contrast, her only co-worker, Hajime Kudo, enjoys the nostalgia the city invokes and is put off by anything modern that seeps past its walls. But despite their differing views and constant bickering the most mundane things, the two often find themselves enjoying each other's company. One day, a prank goes wrong, leads Hajime to make an unexpected advance towards Reiko, and after he swiftly apologizes for it, baffled by his own actions, Reiko starts investigating for possible explanations, only to discover a past that she has no memory of. He really likes the main girl. He has a type. Ironically, his girlfriend is not that type. Bloodsport is one of those few movies filmed within the walled city. Interesting. What type? What's the type? Spill the tea. What do we got? She's got sort of like a nerd tomboy vibe. Like a mixture of nerd and tomboy. Oh my god, the art style of this is all the fuck over the place, though. Like, to the point where, like, most of these do not look like they're made by the same person. Haite kudasai, Takamine-san. Please put them on, Takamine-san. Takamine is great at everything she does, and her magnetic personality makes her the envy of everyone. She gets good grades, excels at sports, and even managed to become student council president during her first year of high school. But Takamine has a secret. She possesses an ability called Eternal Virgin Road, okay, allowing her to redo past actions and achieve a different result. While this might seem like a decent skill to have, Takamine must pay a price to activate it. She has to strip off a piece of her lingerie. After getting an imperfect score on a test, Takamine begins to remove her underwear during class and is spotted by her average, weak-willed classmate Koshi Shirota, who is bewildered by the sight. However, the very next instant, things reset and Takamine's test is now perfect. When Shirota decides to confront Takamine about her previous test score, she reveals her ability to him and blackmails him into becoming her closet, making him carry around extra lingerie and put them on her. Her goal is to use the Eternal Virgin Road as much as possible in order to stay at the top of the school hierarchy. Left with little choice in the matter, Shiroi accepts starting an oddly intimate type of relationship with the most popular girl at school. I don't understand why she would not just wear multiple pairs of underwear and why she can't carry the underwear. I take issue with this plotline. Not the underwear stripping reset power. I take issue with the practicality of not just wearing multiple underwears. Because if all she has to do is remove her underwear, just wear like 5 pairs of underwear. Right? That's my thing. Anyway, yeah, so this had a controversy from what I understand recently, but Zach, then the self-insert gooner-ass protagonist can't put them on there. You know what? I hadn't considered that. You got me. Yeah, this had a bit of a controversy recently, and it is related, of course, to everyone's favorite streaming website, Crunchyroll. From what I understand, the first 2 episodes aired uncensored, zero problem. I think like the same day as they aired in Japan, like almost simulcasted. And then they delayed the 3rd episode, and Crunchyroll is people are very worried that Crunchyroll is going to censor the anime on Crunchyroll, because this is a very bad habit that Crunchyroll has. Where they delayed it like a week because they're like, oh, we're gonna. They claim they're not planning to release the censored version, that they're gonna air it as it's released in Japan because that's their goal, which I personally think is fucking stupid, and I'll talk about that in a second about how fucking dumb that is. But yeah, so people are really worried that when it does come out, they're going to be censored. And here's the thing: apparently, from what I've heard, the uncensored version are already up on piracy sites. So already people can see, already people can see the uncensored version, and they can see it before it releases legally on Crunchyroll, which is a persistent issue with Crunchyroll. Who was it? Gabe Newell was like, piracy is a service problem. I'm paraphrasing, but anyway, yeah, so obviously, like, there's reasons people have beef with Crunchyroll. But yeah, so we'll find out. This is a controversy that hasn't fully resolved. The big question is, like, why the fuck is this delayed so hard? But Crunchyroll claims they're not going to censor it. But the thing is, we'll fucking know. But yeah, I'd never heard that Crunchyroll's goal is to show it as it's aired in Japan, which is absolutely fucking insane. Now that I have heard that as relation to this, because Crunchyroll has this habit of, one, airing the censored versions of shows, which is fucking wild. But like, two, Crunchyroll has this habit of just airing the inherently inferior versions. Like, a lot of like the Blu-ray versions, when they come out, will have like new and improved animations that they couldn't release week to week because they didn't have time, so they release it for the full version. So knowing that Crunchyroll is one, willfully, most of the time, releasing censored versions of shows, but two, also willfully releasing the inferior versions of shows because they have some desire to only release the Japanese aired versions, is fucking ludicrous. You have your own beef with Crunchyroll. There's so many reasons to have beef with Crunchyroll. I mean, Crunchyroll is truly, truly terrible. It is an absolutely awful website. But that's just what this specific show's issue with Crunchyroll is. They fucking massacred nearly every entire mainstream American anime industry and then continue to do what that previous company was doing but already wears. Yeah. No, you're completely fucking correct. Yeah, Crunchyroll is a fucking nightmare. Honestly, the issue with Crunchyroll as it stands is that it is an extension of Sony, and Sony is a terrible company. Sony went down the drain so fucking hard, so aggressively, it's crazy. Especially as someone who always shits on censorship, one of the things I always like to cite for people to understand how bad Sony is when you think Nintendo, you generally think family-friendly platform. Omega Labyrinth Refrain is uncensored on Nintendo consoles, uncensored on PC, uncensored on Xbox. It is censored on the Sony PlayStation. That is how bad Sony is with censorship. And the fact that they're in charge of Crunchyroll, right, and stuff like that, is leading to, like, massive, like, censorship across multiple industries. Obviously, there's other issues to have with Crunchyroll, like their fucking monopoly practices and shit like that, which I don't know how the fuck they haven't been sued for monopoly yet. But yeah, Crunchyroll is a fucking nightmare company, and there's talk about Sony dissolving it and then creating a new company. But here's the thing, the fact that, like, realistically they're just basically going to be changing the names and then putting it under the Sony banner, it's not going to fucking matter. It's going to be the same fucking thing. It's not going to solve the problem at all. I love Discotech. Hope Crunchyroll never touches them. Discotech also sells that shit Crunchyroll refuses to host on their store, like Kite and Uritsuki Doji. But, like, Discotech scoops up a lot of older forgotten anime and puts it on Blu-ray, which is perfect. There is talks about God, what is it? Crunchyroll teaming up with, I want to say, Aniplex. Which would basically mean that, like, High Dive has nothing to go with anymore. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, Crunchyroll can eat my dick. So anyway, I don't really want to watch that show. Not even just because of the censorship, but because it sounds fucking stupid. But more power to the people who actually want to watch it. Hopefully you get your uncensored version and Crunchyroll doesn't fuck up. Anyway, Danjo no Yujo wa Seritsu Suru. Iya Shinai? Can a boy-girl friendship survive? A boy and a girl pledge lifelong friendship on a small town in junior high. The relationship between the two, destined to share a common dream, has passed 2 years without any particular development. Himawari and Inuzuka, a bubbly girl who has yet to find her first love, and Yu Natsumi, a plant-loving boy who enjoys flowers, still spend their days peacefully as best friends in the gardening club in the second year of high school. Because Aniplex Fate is the most expensive anime series I've ever invested in. Aniplex, I think, is the ones who has the, like, Kill la Kill Blu-ray rights, and fuck me, dude. I want the series, but I don't want the series at $200, you know what I'm saying? If you can't get married, I have to take responsibility. I'm having trouble now because after Himawari said that, your brother began calling me brother-in-law. However, when Yu reunites with his first crush, the gears of the relationship go out of sync. Will Himawari be able to escape her ideal friend now that she has found love? Okay, this sounds like this could be watchable, but it also sounds like love triangle bullshit, and dog, I'm on the other end of this, all right? I can't anymore. I have Fate Zero. Boo! Fate Zero sucks. Blade Works. Boo! Blade Works is okay at best. And Heaven's Feel. That's pretty good. And I paid like $400, all of them combined, maybe $500. See, I just wouldn't do that. Is what I would not do. So anyway, Kata. Ainaka no Osan Kensai ni Naru. From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. Alright, this sounds like it could go places. Barrel Guardian Knot. Yeah, I'll say that. Self-proclaimed humble old man is a sword instructor at his dojo in a rural backwater village. In his younger days, he dreamed of glory as a master swordsman, but those days are long behind him. Out of the blue, he receives a visit from a famous former pupil who brings him a world-shattering news. He's been appointed as a special instructor for the Knights of the Liberion Order. With his life now turned upside down, Barrel travels to the capital and reunites with some of his former students, elite knights, an ace wizard, and even adventurer, who's attained the highest guild rank possible. But they all want his tutelage. As far as he's concerned, they clearly don't need him anymore. Can Barrow live up to his new position, and will he ever get a moment's peace away from his adoring students? This actually sounds really good, and I'm going to watch it. The 2006 anime is the exception because it's Studio Dean and owned by Sentai. It's like $15 on Amazon, and you got 4 at Goodwill. See, there you go. That's a reasonable. Fuck, I would buy it for $4 at a Goodwill. Let's see. Kijin Gentosho. Sword of the Demon Hunter, Kijin Gentosho. In the Edo period, there was a shrine maiden called Itsukime in the mountain village of Kadono. Jintai, a young man who acts as the shrine maiden's guardian despite being a stranger, encounters a mysterious demon who speaks of the far future in the forest where he went to defeat it. From the Edo to Heisei era, this huge Japanese fantasy follows a demon man who travels through time continuously, questioning the meaning of wielding a sword. This could be interesting. Right now, I probably wouldn't have blown several paychecks on those, but at the time I was so fucking depressed, and the only joy I was getting was ordering shit and waiting for it to come. Classic retail therapy. This sounds not bad. In the Edo area, a young Jinta and his sister must flee their home, finding refuge in a mountain village. Years later, Jinta has grown into a skilled swordsman, sworn to protect the priestess of the village shrine. Charged with slaying a demon that threatens the shrine, Jinta confronts the malevolent creature in the forest, only to learn a shocking truth. The demon speaks of events 170 years hence, when Jinta must confront the demon in the future. Thus began an epic journey that spans multiple eras as Jinta hunts a demon through time and must come to terms with his own dark nature. This sounds not bad. Yeah, I'd watch this. Fuck it. You know what? I'd watch it. Who did it? Yokohama Animation Lab? Didn't I watch this? Oh. No, I didn't. Okay. Fair enough. I recently watched Bubblegum Crisis. Bubblegum Crisis is the first anime I watched that I could recognize as an actual anime. I don't have problems with Bubblegum Crisis. What'd I give it? I mean, I could see myself giving it a 5. But I don't have any problems with Bubblegum Crisis. Yeah, 5. That's reasonable. Bubblegum Crisis is a fucking classic. My issue is with its sequel, Bubblegum Crash. Oh, now Bubblegum Crash is bad. Anyway. Yeah, I've also probably seen Bubblegum Crisis like fucking 16 times, so. Okay, here we fucking go. Get ready for this. We have Ishon de Shiryo Shiteita Noni Yakutatazu to Tsuiho Sareta Tensai Chiyushi Yami Healer Toshite Tanoshiko. Little accent on that. I had a country accent that fucked that one up. Ikiru. Nailed it. What do we got? The Brilliant Healer's new life in the shadows. He can't just be Brilliant Healer. He's got to do it secretly. Life hasn't been kind to Xenos, who is born in the slums, and his dirt-poor background has denied him almost every opportunity. After an encounter with a healer, he throws himself into studying to become one, and finally catches a break when an adventurer invites Xenos into his party. Xenos is thrilled. So thrilled, in fact, that he's willing to put up with his teammates treating him like garbage. They fail to appreciate his talents and ultimately kick him to the curb, claiming he's outlived his usefulness to them. This is just like the plot of like every fucking healer show ever. Now bereft of money and out of options, Xenos decides to put his self-taught skills to use elsewhere and opens an underground clinic. Word quickly spreads about the brilliant healer working incredible magic in the city's shadowy underbelly. Even the royal palace is taking notice. Can Xenos buck the odds and carve out a life for himself in a world that spit him in the face? And can he save the lives of the patients who wind up on his doorstep in the process? They took the plot of like basically like redo of Healer, it seems like, and they smashed it into the Monster Girl clinic. Summertime high school, a young man's notes how a new exchange student like myself ran into his childhood friend on a school tour, then for some reason became super popular with the girls for his daily scoops on the school photography club, even though he only takes panty shots and what he thinks as he goes on dates during his summer of island school life. Isn't that like a real game? It's like a real game, isn't it? Alright, what do we got now? We have Arin-san wa Hakarenai Season 2. Which is the second season of Arin-san wa Hakarenai. Which I definitely... Oh, I was going to read the... Oh, I was just about to watch this. I did not know Season 2 was currently airing. I was literally about to watch this, like, literally last week. Wow, that is wild. Okay. As I like to call it, rape the manga. I will watch it at some point. When did it come out? When did it come out? Is it a 2021 anime? If it's a 2021 anime, I might make a review of it very soon. I can spell redo. Fuck you. Fun fact, I actually did know how to spell it. I just kept hitting the wrong button. It is a 2021 anime. Okay, yeah, so you might be getting a review of this pretty soon. Will I like it? Who knows? Probably not. Sentai Daishikaku second season, but it's too controversial to not watch, is the problem. Go Go Loser Ranger season 2. Oh, I talked about this. I forgot if I decided to watch this or not. I did decide to watch this. Okay, yeah, this is about the evil Power Rangers. Read it not knowing what it was, thought it was about fucking, thought it was fucking horror, and then kept reading to see how bad it would get, and I couldn't take it. Yeah. Anyway, I will watch it at some point soon, I guess. So look forward to that. Let's see. Shinji ke no Kodo Motachi. The Shinji family children. The love between brother and sister. Oh my god. The love between man and woman, that which is most forbidden, is unyielding. The 2 sons and 5 daughters of the Shunjin family shrine, like brilliant gems, each with intelligence and beauty in equal measure. And with the pedigree of their wealthy father behind him, how could they not be in the talk of the town? Eldest son Arata spent his life being tossed around by the whims of his colorful sisters, yet a little teasing won't stop him from valuing his family over anything and everyone else. But when his youngest sister turns 15, their father reveals a long-hidden secret of the Shinji siblings and knocks Areta's world off its axis. They're all being groomed to be his wife, and they're not related at all because they wanted it to be creepy, but not too creepy. Just the sexy kind of creepy. That's it. That's the plot twist. I fucking called it. I fucking called it. Tell me I didn't call it. Okay, it doesn't say, but I fucking did it. I nailed it. I fucking nailed it. Don't tell me I didn't nail it. Anyway, let's see. What do we got? Oh god. Okay, here we go. Kanshigai no Atelier Meister Au Party no Moto Zatsuyo Gakari ga Jitsu wa Sento Igai ga SSS rank data to iu yoku aru hanashi. Nailed it. The unaware Atelier Meister. Yeah, I fucking wonder why they didn't change it from something Atelier Meister blah 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 S rank adventurer bullshit. One day, Kurt, a kind, hired boy, is suddenly kicked out of the hero's party for being useless, as he always does. He finds that his aptitude for weapons, magic, and all other combat-related skills is the lowest rank. He takes odd jobs repairing the castle walls, digging for materials, where his exceptional abilities are immediately revealed. He proves to be skillful in cooking, building, mining, crafting magical tools. In fact, his aptitude for every skill unrelated to combat had an SS ranking. Kurt, however, seems to completely unaware to his talent and ends up saving people of the town and even the country through his unaware objects. You had me until you said he wasn't aware, and then that became significantly less interesting. You had me right until he was like, he doesn't know it. And I'm like, oh. Is this fucking Kuroshitsuji? Oh god, it's the witch arc. Oh, it's the fucking witch arc. Kuroshitsuji Midori no Majohen, Black Butler Emerald Witch arc. By the Queen's order, Sebastian and Ciel head to Germany to investigate mysterious deaths about incurring. As the two investigate the truth behind the werewolf forest, where anyone who steps foot inside a cursed dust, a terrible curse befalls them. Yeah, this sets up like World War I. The whole thing is like a setup for World War I, which I don't think happens in the manga, but yeah. Well, the manga's still going, but it's gone completely off the rails from what I understand. Like, so completely off the rails that it sounds unwatchable. It's a dude. Okay, that is a dude. Alright, we got Summer Pockets. Was this based on a game? It was based on it. Yeah, okay. I got a recommendation to buy this on Steam, I think. Summer Pockets is set in an isolated, rural, and peaceful island on Seto Inland Sea called Turoshirojima, which has a population of about 2,000 people. The protagonist, Hiyori Takahara, grew up in an urban setting, but after an unpleasant incident, uses the recent death of his grandmother as an excuse to come to the island to take care of his estate sale. Once there, he gets to know 4 girls who are the focus of the story. Shiraha Naruse, who forgot her summer vacation. Ao Sora Kado, who is pursuing the legends of the island. Kamomi Kushima, a high-class girl looking for a pirate ship, and Sumigi, nailed it, Wenders, a young girl trying to find herself. I didn't want to buy the game, because reading hurts my brain. Does Sebastian suit Franz Ferdinand? No, because it sets up World War I, but Kuroshitsuji's still in like the 1890s. So it doesn't, like... the story hasn't gotten to World War I, and probably won't. So yeah, I'll check out Summer Pockets. There we go. Ora wa Seikan Koka no Akutoku Ryoshu. I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire. Alright. Excuse me. In his last life, Liam lived as a moral, responsible person, but died deep in debt and betrayed by his wife. Reborn into the ruling family of a vast interstellar empire, Liam knows that life is divided between the downtrodden and the ones who do the stomping. So this time he's going to take what he wants and live for himself, but somehow he refuses to work out that way. Despite doing his best to become a tyrant, Liam's decisions have led to nothing but peace and prosperity for the empire under his rule. And he just gets more and more popular. That's not a title, that's a statement. Yeah, I'll watch this. This sounds fine. Oh, I like her design. That's super cute. Look at that. Look at that cute little design. I like it. I'm on board. I'm on board. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's fucking watch it. Who is it made by? Quad? I love Quad. They made the show where you're a dog, I think. They made the dog show. They made the show where the lady fucks the dog. And then they made whatever this is, which I decided to watch. And then they made this. And they made this, which I think I actively decided to not watch. Nope. Yep, okay. Alright. They've made shit that I've decided to watch and haven't gotten around to. So, they're batting 100 as far as getting me on board with the plot. At the very least. Rakwa Lady no. Taishi Nami Dishite. Nailed it. Fucking out of the park. I wanted to actually watch this. I didn't realize this was a spring show. I wanted to watch this. Rock is a lady's modesty. At an elite all-girls academy where refined young ladies gather, Lilisa Suzunomiya, now the daughter of a real estate tycoon, after her mother remarried, is forced to abandon her guitar and rock music to fit in. However, her passion is reignited by sounds from the old school building, where she meets a skilled drummer who shares her love for rock. Together they embrace their inner rock stars, elegantly clashing and shouting their way through the academy in this captivating tale of grace and rebellion. So, there you go. I'll check that out. Yeah, sometimes I find out about anime and then I don't add them specifically, so I can add them when we get to it in show. Kanpeki Tsugite. Kawage ga nai to konyaku haki sareta saijo wa ringoku ni urareru. Nailed it. Young ladies don't play fighting games? I'm unfamiliar. The too perfect saint tossed aside by my fiancé and sold to another kingdom. Philia hails from a family renowned for producing generations of saints, and she's no exception. In fact, she's known as the most powerful saint of all time, so extraordinarily gifted that many people find her insufferable. When even her fiancé decides he can't stand her, he suddenly calls off their engagement. He's so eager to never see her again that he sells her off to a neighboring country in dire need of a saint their own. Now Philia readies herself to face the unknown, fully expecting more miserable treatment. After all, she's a fool to expect anyone to welcome her with open arms. Right? This is a fantasy romance series. Interesting. It's a manga about girls who competitively play fighting games. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. This could be watchable. Let's check it out. What do we got here? We have Kido Senshi Gundam. GQ! Mobile Suit Gundam. GQ! Amate Yuzuriha is a high school student living peacefully in a space colony floating in outer space when she meets a war refugee named Nyan. Amate is drawn into the illegal mobile suit dueling sport known as Clan Battle. Under the entry name Machu, she throws herself into a fierce battle day after day, piloting the GQ. Then an unidentified Gundam mobile suit pursued by both the Space Force and the Police Force appears before her, along with a pilot, a boy named Shuji. I wish I knew what timeline this was in. Now their world is about to enter a new era. What timeline are we in? GQ. What timeline is this? I mean, I'll probably watch it, but what timeline are we in? Oh, pardon me. It's got to be its own timeline, right? I thought Char was going to be some cameo bait, not a whole-ass remake of Episode 1. Okay, so this is Universal Century? Edited version of GQ with around 20 minutes of original footage. Okay. I mean, I'll throw it in there. Bull Chalia. Okay, this might actually... Oh, main character Char Aznable. This might actually be Universal Century. Well, I don't know. We'll find out. Don't expect a review of that anytime soon, if that's Universal Century, because I want to go through Universal Century in order. Let's see. Kakushite Makina-san. Makina-san's a love bot? Makina Agatsuma is a school idol, moves into home of Ita Akutsu, an introverted mechanical otaku. Ita has secretly harbored feelings for her, thinks he's hit the jackpot, but it turns out she's actually a robot made for sexual purposes. Caught off guard by her sudden physical advances, the virgin Ita is at a loss. Furthermore, he finds himself in a frenzy, trying to help her maintain her secret identity. A romantic comedy with a slightly risque mechanical revelation where hilarity ensues as they try to keep the secret under wraps. Well, that just sounds delightful. That sounds fucking delightful. Is it this better? It's not marked erotica. I was gonna say, is this an I can't believe it's not hentai, because this sounds like an I can't believe it's not hentai. What do we have? Your Forma. This art style is reminiscent of the art style for Fate Stay Night? No, I guess not. Because people who read manga are nerds and Garus are hot as fuck made. That one's obvious. Alright. It's an alternate 2023. The Your Forma, a miraculous smart thread technology initially developed to treat massive outbreak of viral encephalitis, has become an integral part of daily life. But these convenient devices come with an invasive drawback. They record every sight, sound, and emotion their users experience. For electronic investigator Ichika Haida, diving into people's memories via Your Forma and hunting for evidence to solve the toughest crimes is all but part of a day's work. This is the plot of that one movie from the 90s, and also that other anime that had a soundtrack by Miyavi that I already reviewed. ID Invaded. It Invaded. That's what it was called. Not the 90s movies, which was like Splinter or Cell, I think it was. Something like that. What? Hold on. God. What was that 90s movie where they go into a serial killer? Go into serial killer mind. Serial killer mind. No. Horse scene. I'm going to type in horse scene. Horse scene. What was that movie? Co-Pilot, save me. What's that 90s movie? The Cell. Yes, I think it's The Cell. I think it's the 2000 movie The Cell, starring Jennifer Lopez. It is, in fact, the movie The Cell starring Jennifer Lopez. I think. Yeah, it's The Cell starring Jennifer. Yeah, this is the plot of ID Invaded and The Cell starring And the cell starred Jennifer Lopez. Psychrotic master internet search engine user. Hey, guess what? Search engines suck, and I found my goddamn answer within like 5 seconds, didn't I? So, all right, what do we got? Problem is, she's so good at it at what she does, her assistants literally fry their brains trying to keep up with her. After putting one too many aides in the hospital, the top brass finally furnished Chica with a partner on her level, a brilliant yet cheeky android named Harold Lucraft. Does this unlikely duo have what it takes to resolve their mutual suspicions and avert a deadly technological infection from sweeping across the globe before it's too late? I'm on board. I will totally watch another version of The Cell or It Invaded. What do we got? We have Aru Majo ga Shinu Made. Once Upon a Witch's Death. Well, it's got witches. I'm on board. Let's do it. Now you have to unsell me. On her 17th birthday, the apprentice witch Meg learns that she's the only 1 year left to live. Her teacher, the long-lived witch Faust, explains that the only way to undo the death curse is to collect the tears of joy and grow the seed of life. To find them, Meg will have to leave the sheltered life she's always known and head out into the world. There will be meetings, partings, and friendships aplenty, and of course, many tears. Meg will learn the most important lessons for a witch are bright, sweet, and somewhat heart-wrenching. This is by EMT Squared, which made... Oh, they made Assassin's Pride, which is really underrated. They also did Renai Boken, which I read the manga for. They did that one hero party thing, and that other thing, and they did... Oh, God, they did Masters of Ragnarok. Ugh. But I'm not blaming them for... I'm not blaming them for having shitty source material. They did. They didn't do the original Ame. No, they did every. They did every Ame Urokoka. Fucking weird. All right. I mean, it's not. Look, I'm gonna be honest. It's not a studio that inspires confidence, but it's not like I see it and I'm like, oh, this will be garbage. What do we got here? We have Shoshimin series, second season, or Shoshimin How to Become Ordinary season 2, which is, of course, the sequel to Shoshimin series, which was released in 2024, and I was like, that doesn't seem good. So... Anne Shirley. Based on a novel. Life is not easy for Anne Shirley, an 11-year-old orphan with a vast imagination and a short temper, and a twist of fate gets taken into the Coopert house in Avolia. The elderly couple occupants Marilla and Matthew Cuthbert were looking for a young boy to help in the fields, but they're in quite of a shock when they realize Anne is a girl adopted from the acclaimed classic by L.M. Montgomery. Akage no Anne portrays Anne's upbringing from 11 to 17 years of age and encounters and separations with various people. Only time will tell what major decisions Anne has to make that will change her life forever. This is like the 15th adaptation of this same novel for some reason. Although, granted, I don't think they've made one since like the 80s, but still. What is this, the 70s? All right. Gorilla, no, Kami, Kara, Kago, Sarete, Reijo, wa, Oritsu, Kishidan, de Kawigarareru. The Gorilla Gods go to girl. In a world where individuals receive blessings from various animal gods at the age of 16, Sophie Leeler, a timid count's daughter, unexpectedly receives the blessing of the gorilla god, said to be the strongest in combat. Though she longs for a peaceful school life, her rare and powerful ability attracts the attention of royal knights who scout her as an apprentice knight. Despite her efforts to hide her overwhelming strength, she can't help but stand out. Meanwhile, the promising young knights around her watch over her with kindness. It sounds so terrible that I need to see it. Are you kidding me? It's like a mixture, like, I'm on board for the concept of young girl is unreasonably powerful, gets picked up as knight's apprentice. I'm on board with that. The fact that it's like, yeah, but she's only that powerful because she's chosen by a gorilla god is the one part that's like giving me pause, but it's stupid enough that I might be on board. You know what I'm saying? I need to see. Sophie Wheeler. So this is a bizarre Yu-Gi-Oh series. Everything is a bizarre Yu-Gi-Oh series if you try hard enough, and I'm only slightly joking about that. After all, as revealed in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, the universe is actually a gigantic playing card. That's true. That is actually... They say that. The entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Universe is, in fact, an actual playing card. Trading card specifically. It is a Duel Monsters card. The universe is a Duel Monsters card. So... Anyway, we have Shin Samurai Den Yaiba. Yaiba, Samurai Legend. The protagonist of Kurogane Yaiba is a samurai wild child who trains in the jungle with his father, Kenjiro. By a twist of fate, the determined samurai Yaiba returns to Japan and encounters his rival, Onimaru Takaishi. Yaiba, who lives for series battle, embarks on a spectacular adventure when Onimaru obtains the legendary demon sword. Isn't this also a 70s anime? 1993. What the fuck? What is going on? What is going on, Spring 2025? You know what? I haven't seen Men in Black in so long. Zatsutabi, that's Journey. Chika Suzugimori, a rookie manga artist, has been rejected every time she submits a new draft. On the verge of giving up, she suddenly gets the idea of going on a journey that heals precisely because it's rough. That is the ultimate travel comic. This could be fun. You know what? I have a good feeling. I have a good feeling about this one. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Let's fucking go. Alright, here we go. We got Ninja To Kuroshia no Futarigurashi. A ninja and an assassin under one roof. Satoko Kusagakari. God damn, I am just not on it tonight, am I? A female ninja who left her village with her comrade. She finds herself living with Konoha, a high school girl working as an assassin in the city. Satoko possesses the ability to transform objects using ninjutsu, which catches Konoha's attention. They strike a deal. Konoha provides Satoko with a place to live in exchange for Satoko's help in cleaning up after her assassination jobs. As they face off against assassins sent by Satoko's village, indulge in delicious meals using money earned from assassination jobs, and navigate the chaos of their unusual living situation. The story captures the heartwarming yet chaotic lives of these two unlikely roommates. This sounds fun. I'll give this a shot. It looks cute. It looks cute and looks like someone gets assassinated in it. So that's fine. Fuck! There we go. Apocalypse Hotel. Many years have passed since humanity vanished from Earth, yet the Galaxy Tower Hotel in Ginza, Tokyo continues to operate. At the center is its staff, Yachio, a dedicated hotelier robot, along with other employee robots working tirelessly in various departments. Together they spend what feels like an eternity maintaining the hotel, despite having no guests as they wait the return of their owner in the day humanity reappears. Now a small miracle, is about to change everything for Yachio and her romantic colleagues. A little girl will show up, and they raise the little girl, is, I think, what the plot of this is. In Men in Black, it's revealed our universe is a marble in a marble bag owned by big aliens that play marbles with them. Oh! Yes, the galaxy marbles. Yes. Yes, that scene is famous. Mono. The photography club is a danger of shutting down, and the cinema director too. Fret not, for they shall merge and become Cinephoto Club. Now, club members Satsuki, An, and Sakurako are tasked by the main characters for the manga artist Harano's latest work that's centered around action cameras. The girls head out to capture the lovely sights of Japan, experimenting with gadgets beyond photography and film equipment, and of course chomping to the local delicacies along the way. That's just a cute girls do cute things thing. It's a cute girls do cute things thing. Yep. Alright, we got Ballpark de Tsukamate. Nailed it. Catch me at the ballpark. To escape his tiring job, weary Murata finds escape at a nearby baseball stadium while games are thrilling. It's Ruriko, the gyaru, as cold as the beer she serves, but secretly a sweetheart, who keeps him coming back. As her first regular, Murata discovers the warmth behind her frosty demeanor, and their hilarious, heartwarming encounters light up at the ballpark and maybe even their hearts. You know where you lost me? Ballpark. Goodbye. Alright, what do we got? Nazo Toki wa Dinner no Ato de. The Dinner Table Detective. Set in Kunitachi City, Tokyo, Reiko Hosho, a rookie detective at the Kunitachi Police Department, is also the heiress of the globally renowned Hosho Group. She tackles challenging cases alongside Inspector Kazamatsuri, heir to the Kazamatsuri Motors family business, and Kageyama, her sharp-tongued butler and driver, with biting remarks like, "Are your eyes merely decorative, my lady?" Kageyama not only critiques Reiko's lack of detective skills, but also brilliantly solves the mysteries at hand. A sharp-tongued butler meets classic detective fiction in this unique mystery series. This sounds like a terrible description, but what I will also say is that this sounds like a throwback to like fucking like early 90s, late 80s, fucking no, like mid-90s. This sounds like a throwback to like mid-90s girl detective anime, which we have not gotten a lot of lately. I'm on board with this, sure. My Dinner with Andre? I think I've heard of it. Ume Masumi Cinderella Gray. Bwomp, bwomp, bwomp. I will have to watch Ume Masume at some point in the future. A spin-off title of Ume Musume project by SACing. It follows Uguri Cap through her time at the Kasamatsu Training Center on her journey to becoming the legendary horse girl. My thing with Ume Musume is that the very first one was all centered around Special Week, and like really built her up as the main character. And then I found out that this is based on a gacha game, and Special Week's not the main character. And it's like, from what I understand, season 2 does the same thing that they did with like D4DJ, where it decides to focus on like all of the girls. And that's kind of lame. Like, if you're gonna make an anime adapting a gacha series or something like that, then once you decide that season 1 is focused on this character, you're locked in, baby. You are locked in. Or you should be locked in. From that point on, the character you chose, that's your character. Doesn't fucking matter. That's your character. So, it's a movie about a guy who has dinner with his friend Andre. I think you've mentioned it before. Guilty Gear Strive Dual Rulers. After the decline of the once robust fields of science and technology, a new energy source known as magic fuels the modern era. Humanity creates forbidden biological weapons, gears. Those gears eventually stand against humanity in a rebellion. Although they manage to overcome in the struggle for survival known as the Crusades, humanity's losses are so great that even after several decades pass, their emotional wounds remain unable to fully heal. Sin Kisuke, the child of a human and a gear, heads to his father Kai and mother Dizzy's wedding ceremony. Their wedding breaks the ultimate taboo, a union between a human and a gear. Even with the world at peace, it took many years for such a ceremony to come to fruition. Despite the complex array of emotions surrounding it, the wedding ceremony is met with blessings when suddenly a mysterious girl appears, the fated child inheriting gear blood, and the mysterious girl who despises gears. Their meeting would shake the world. Don't worry. I know everything I need to know about Guilty Gear already. Hibiwa Sugiredo Meshi Umashi, Food for the Soul. An original animation about the daily life of 5 girls who just became university students. They love delicious food, want to have lots of fun with everyone, and study a little harder to enjoy university life to the fullest. Okay, it's about girl. There's a lot of food eating this season. Bye Bye Earth, second season. Which is the sequel, of course, to Bye Bye Earth, which came out in 2024, and I was like, that sounds bad. I'm not watching that. This This anime only exists to introduce a new character to upcoming DLC. Classic. We have... they did that with Juri Han, though, and that movie, like, fucks. I think literally. I am pretty sure that Juri fucks Cammy in that movie. Teogonia. In the harsh region known as the Borderlands, humans must fight... Did I ever add that? I added that, right? I did add that. Okay. Teogonia. In the harsh region known as the Borderlands, humans must fight an endless battle against demi-human creatures that come at them relentlessly, intent on taking their land and their gods. A young boy named Kai, fighting to defend his village, sustains a life-threatening injury that causes him to regain memories from a past life. If you're not a guardian bearer, it's like you're playing life on hard mode. Kai's newfound knowledge gives him a new sense of unfair rule set that governs the world around him. One thing is clear: for those without a god to serve as their guardian, life is a constant struggle for survival. Thus begins an epic tale of young boy's descent into a vast world filled with magic, bloodshed, and mystery. That... Josie. I don't want to oversell it. The scene is suggestive, but they don't actually... I will say, like, the Street Fighter 2 movie where you see Chun-Li's tits is more explicit. Why does he have boobs? I also thought it looked like a girl. Chuzenji Sensei Mononoke Koigiroku Sensei ga Nazo wo Hodoite Shimao. Nailed it. Kara. The Mononoke lecture logs of Chuzenji Sensei. He just solves all the mysteries? The title is He Just Solves All the Mysteries? That's the title? Oh my fucking god. Hey, what's Chuzenji Sensei do? Oh, he just solves all the mysteries. Alright. The Japanese title is the Mononoke Journal by Chuzenshi Sensei, The Magic of the Internet? This might win for the greatest anime title of all time. School Supernatural Mystery. The story takes place before the exorcist Kyogo Kudo opened up a used bookstore. Our setting is in Tokyo in 1948, just right after the war. Kana Kusakabe had just become a second year in high school when she meets the new language teacher, Akihiko Chuzenshi. Mysterious supernatural things keep happening around Kana. Once again today, Kana is going to open the door to the library prep room to seek help from the surly Chuzenshi sensei who is waiting inside. A high school supernatural mystery featuring an unlikely duo between a teacher and a high school girl is about to begin. That's not that unlikely, for the record. Can we address that? That's not... Those are two people that interact with each other constantly. That's not that crazy. This is apparently related to Box of Goblins from 2008. Oh, does she die? She dies. That's the plot twist. And... yeah. Alright, well... Before you finish that sentence, I, for a microsecond, thought, wait, this is a prequel to The Exorcist? No, but that would be wild. No, it's a prequel to something called Box of Goblins, which came out in 2008. Absent-minded schoolgirl Yuriko Kusumoto only has eyes for Kanako Yuzuki. After planning their summer trip, their journey comes to a premature and brutal end when Kanako is found severely wounded on the train tracks and Yuriko in tears on the station's platform. Shutaro Kiba, a detective who happened to be on the train that hit the girl, takes up the investigation. However, he discovers that the mystery behind this case is intertwined with an intricate network of deceptions involving the Yuzuki family, especially its most prominent member, Yoko Yuzuki, a famous actress and Kanako's sister. This is a lot. Although Kaneko survives after surgery, her critical state prompts Yuko to entrust a doctor, Dr. Koishiro Mimasake, to take care of the girl in an ominous box-shaped facility in the forest where she will receive experimental treatment. But soon after, on a night where Kiba and Yuriko visit Kaneko, the convalescent suddenly vanishes. The convalescent? Are you fucking kidding me, Mal rewrite? Now searching for her whereabouts, the burden on Kiba dramatically grows when he learns about other gruesome discoveries, limbs of a young girl in boxes. Kiba is suggested by a colleague that the macabre findings are related not only to Kanako's disappearance, but also the truth behind her sister. As the investigation continues, the detective, enlisting the help of his partners Tatsumi Sekiguchi and Akihiko Chuzenshi, has to find a way to solve the series of crimes and find Kaneko's back. This sounds boring as shit. My number one issue with this is Mal rewrite. You know, when I was in high school, I also used to write with big words for no fucking reason. And then as an adult, I realized that it makes you actually kind of look dumber. Because if you feel the need to constantly drop your fucking 10-cent words, $10 words, whatever the expression is, in every fucking piece of writing you do, it makes it seem like you're insecure about your actual writing skills, and so you're trying to make yourself appear intelligent rather than just writing like an intelligent person would. Yeah. What I'm saying is no one uses the word convalescent. No one uses it. No one uses that word. Fuck off. That's not the first word that came into your mind. You sat back for a second and was like, I need a synonym. But Zach, I am insecure. Did you feel called out by that? My bocce wishes. I can't talk tonight. And it's not the alcohol. I'm like not even tipsy. I just can't talk tonight. I'm out of practice. All right. Yuna Akagi is an ordinary high school freshman in Maebashi Sitchi? What the fuck is happening with my mouth tonight? I wrote a massive review of Beautiful Monster, and I will never let anyone read it. That's fair. Maebashi City, Gunma Prefecture, until a talking frog named... was not expecting this. Kuro Pepe appears and throws an unexpected proposal her way. Why don't you become a witch? Before she knows it, Yuna's closet becomes a gateway to a mysterious world where she meets 4 other girls, each with their own quirks and magical potential. That's where fiery Azu Nisato, the level-headed Kyoko Kitahara, and the ever-optimistic Shoko Mitsumata, and the carefree Mai Kamizumi. Together, they form the Maebashi Witches, a group dedicated to granting people's wishes through magic, music, and a bit of mayhem. Their base of operation, a charming little flower shop in the heart of a shopping district where flowers of the heart can finally bloom, with a little magic and a lot of heart. Their new life as witches is about to begin. This sounds like an old school magical girl anime. Cute art style, honestly. I like the colors. I mean, if the show looks like this, I'll watch it. This seems like a music-based show. Source original, absolutely no one has any tags related to this. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'm on board. Excuse me. 800 people have seen this. Beautiful. That's how you know. That's how you know I'm cooking. Alright, what do we got? Hashtag Compass 2.0 Sento Setsuri Kaiseki System. Or hashtag Compass 2.0 Animation Project. We've got This World is This World of the Battle Analysis System Compass 2.0. It is a dreamlike space where heroes gathered from many different worlds spend time together with their human partners, the players. The energy generated by the heroes' battles is essential to the operation of the hashtag Compass, and battling is their responsibility. However, troubled hero named 13 refuses to find a partner or battle and is on the verge of being banished from the world of hashtag Compass 2.0. Meanwhile, Jin, a beginner player who's just arrived in the world of hashtag Compass 2.0, seems interested in 13 as a potential partner. However, a major incident begins to occur in the world of hashtag Compass 2.0. Could the key to resolving the issue be 13's special ability? Can our troubled hero and his new partner bring back peace to the world of hashtag Compass 2.0? This is apparently related to hashtag Compass, which was an OVA that came out in 2018, which is based off of some sort of game. So maybe the game's good, but the anime sounds like poop. What do we got? What do we got? We got Uchujin Mumu. A cat-like alien from a distant galaxy. Mumu arrives on Earth. His goal is to learn about home appliance technology on Earth to recover the technology his species is... We have everything else. We have the most advanced weapons, the greatest interstellar travel. We are medical technology. Blow your fucking mind. You have no idea how advanced our entertainment culture is. But, God, we just really need toasters. Natural beauty. Okay, so this is just weird. Where the manservant's habit, there is something to be taken from all the sex and carnage. The same can't be said for natural beauty. With the manservant's habit, there is something to be taken from all the sex. Okay, I'm unfamiliar with both natural beauty and manservant's habit, though. So you got me. You got me. You've tricked me. So this is about a cult that believes that laughter is a source of beauty and you must let it in you. Everyone laughs and the laughter is depicted as a wavy string of ha 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 that flows around into a guy's nose. And then the cult leader says it should be your ears, not your nose. Is this an absurdist series? What is this? A girl with her underwear down lets the laughter flow into her ass and asks if that's an okay way to let it flow into you. The cult leader loves that idea, and they have an orgy. This feels like Morrow had a bad trip and thought he could see laughter physically, so he wrote this. Sometimes you just have to let the laughter flow into your asshole, all right? Anyway, yeah, the protagonist, Sakuroku, has a typical university life, but everything changes with Mumu's arrival. What brings an unexpected cohabitation quickly turns into a whirlwind of chaotic events. The chemistry between Sakuroku and Mumu leads to a super spectacular appliance-filled and cat comedy adventure. It's a short story in a book I wrote a review for, that no one shall read. Fair enough. All right, what have we got? We've got Everyday Host. This story follows Hajime Sekiguchi, a former life insurance salesman who, in a moment of desperation, makes the unexpected leap into the world of hosts. At Club 1, Hajime finds himself surrounded by a cast of eccentric personalities, a young brother-type host with 20 years of experience, a former idol specializing in romantic sales tactics, and a hyper-aggressive host obsessed with mobile games. Despite thinking this job isn't for anyone with the same mind, Hajime uses his polished insurance sales skills to attract clients to carve out a surprising niche for himself. Somehow, this man has decided to go from insurance sales to a host club, and he has somehow gone to the old to a job. This man has now become a host, and he has somehow changed to a career that is less exploitative. Because I'm insecure. It just sits on your computer. You know what? That's fair. You know what? If you're not satisfied with it, you don't gotta publish it. You just work on your polishing skills. Host with mobile games. You know what this reminds me of is, I know this is random and has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Makoto's social link in Persona 5 and how she should have been wrong and that would have improved her social link. And how Makoto has one of the weaker social links in Persona 5. That's what that reminds me of. Makoto having one of the weaker social links in Persona 5. That's what that reminds me of. What do we got? Princession Orchestra. That is too much color. Alicipia, a land of wonder that has existed somewhere in the world since ancient times, was once home to loving inhabitants known as the Alicipians. Their peaceful lives were disrupted with a mysterious monster named Jamok began to appear, threatening the sparkling brilliance of their homeland. If nothing is done, Alicipia will lose its radiance forever. This is the story of the princesses whose unwavering songs of courage and hope shine even in the darkest times. A pop song fantasia filled with energy and bravery. Princession of Orchestra. See, Mal Rewrite, that is how you drop in $10 words for no fucking reason. Persona 4 social links are actually the worst. I agree with you. Completely. I was like, hold up. No, actually, yes. Yeah. Everyone just ends up back where they started. It's like a big circle. No lessons were learned. No one changed. No one developed. The revelation is, you know what? I'm just going to do the exact same thing I was doing the whole time. Oh, P4 sucks. That's fine. It's like one of the worst Persona games anyway. Yeah, I said it. Classic stars. Be yourself unless it goes against the grain. Be yourself unless yourself is a character who has development. In which case, stop being yourself. Gloria Private Academy is a school where promising young people gather in all fields of entertainment, including music, art, and sports. And the music department, those who match the talent of great musicians or transplanted with a gift into their bodies are called by the name of that musician. However, Beethoven, a young man who is discovered to be compatible after an injury, is one of them. After transferring to the school, Beethoven meets classmates with different gifts and discovers the charm of music while aiming to win the competition. That's stupid. I hate that. That's just dumb. That looks like Naruto. The blonde guy kind of just looks like Naruto put on some glasses. Miru, Watashi no Mirai. Miru, paths to my future. In the distant future, humans create a robot named Miru capable of traveling through time, visiting various eras, places, and even parallel worlds. We haven't gotten like an anime worth watching in a while. Unlike some robots, Miru isn't equipped with weapons. Instead, it helps people overcome immense obstacles, peacefully encouraging new beginnings without violence. Miru continuously evolves by interacting with people, learning and growing to assist those struggling to survive. It listens to their problems and offers support. By helping others, Miru sets off a butterfly effect of dramatic change, guiding society towards a brighter future. Why was Miru created? What is its purpose? Can it save Earth and humanity from a dystopian future? Probably not. Although, look at this little sassy child. Look at that sassy little child there. Alright, moving on. You said Miru and I got PTSD. I can't take another Miru too. I can! Get me more Miru tights. We've got... Whew, here we go. The English title is longer? We got Shirobutai Kizoku Desu ga Zensei no Kyoku ga Haete no de Hyoko na Ototo Sudatemasu. Or Shiro Hyo, reincarnated as a neglected nodal, raising my brother with memories from my past life. Jokes on you on that shit. In a world where Western and Asian cultures mix together, the only son of Count Kikunoi from the Kiryu Empire is Ageha. His life was already over at the age of 5. He who was born in a corner of the country has 0 allies or useful skills, in addition to being overweight. Well, I mean, my dude, you can work on that. What's more, it seems his brother Regulus, who suddenly appeared in his life, was presented for the Count as his brother, will kill him in the future for his right to succeed. His only weapons are the abilities of cooking and sewing. Then he suddenly acquired, along with the memories of his previous Japanese life. In the midst of all this, Ageha wakes up raising his younger brother, but my brother's super cute, and before he knows it, he becomes a full-blown, doting older brother. Making handmade educational toys for his cute little brother, and the delicious Chawanmushi steamed egg custard. With the help of his previous life skills and my power as a housekeeper, he's able to improve the rough life of the people living in the territory. A fantasy of 2 young brothers managing their territory where a single step gets even the gods involved in changing their country. This sounds like absolute dog shit. This is an isekai story where a boy gets isekai'd into himself, I think? No, actually it doesn't. He was a 5-year-old Japanese boy who gets isekai'd into a young overweight child. Is, I think, holy shit, that's stupid. I'm never going to forget the review of Miru Tights where the guy whipped out the Webster's definition of tights. Like, you don't fucking know what that... Yeah. Kopin-chan follows the everyday adventures of Kopin-chan and their friends as they enjoy the little things in life. As I've gotten older, I realized that everything I learned in creative writing was fucking wrong. Hanadol, reinterpretation of flowering. The Hana Ningyo project, flower doll project, exists to artificially create the perfect idol by implanting a special flower seed inside a body. The franchise follows the growth of young men who dedicate their lives to the project. If I scroll down and this says this is an idol horror series, I'm on board. If it says anything other than that, I'm out. Idols, music. Sounds not worth watching. But tell me that doesn't sound like that's a horror plot that could work. Tell me that wouldn't be a good horror plot. Show me your panties while making a disgusted face or whatever it's called. I think you nailed it? No, yeah, I think you nailed it. I've seen both of them. I want you to show me your panties with a disgusted face. Honestly, you were close enough that I couldn't even tell. I'd watch it if it was a horror. Yeah, it sounds like a good horror show. If it's just an idol show, I'm out. Choto dake I ga omoai. Oh, nailed it. Dark elf ga isekai kara oi kake te kita mini anime gekijo. Nail fucking out of the park. Wow. Home run. Seen it. I've reviewed it. I reviewed both seasons, in fact. Yeah, I knew this was the Dark Elf show. Wait. Have we just not gotten to this yet? Did I miss it? This is labeled Spring 2025. Did I pass this? Because it's not down here. And it's not labeled erotica. Oh, it is labeled erotica. I think we need to... We're starting to get shit filtered that I don't think needs to be filtered. I think we have to turn off the 18 plus thing. I think we've hit the point where we have to turn off the 18 plus because it's starting to pick up erotica, and I really just need it to pick off... I really just wanted it to filter out hentai, but it's starting to filter out, like, anything with any amount of sexuality to it. Like, they made it more aggressive lately, it seems like. I've made both of them. Yandere Dark Elf, she chased me all the way from another world. Hinata did it. He got reincarnated into another world, took up the mantle of hero, and slew the dreaded demon lord alongside his party of fellow adventurers. As his reward, he's returned to Earth to resume a normal life. Or it would be if it wasn't for the fact that his dark elf companion Mirabelle decided to travel the Earth to live with him. No. Excuse me. She loses her arcane talents to ward off any potential romantic rivals and capture Hinata's infection. Yeah, I'm on board for this. Holy shit. Why was this blocked from me? Alright, what do we got? What is that airing on, by the way? High dive. Yeah, okay, yeah. So what the fuck is happening? We might need to go back to winter. We might need to go back to winter and then filter exclusively erotica just to see what got filtered out. Which I think was just this. What we could do is we could filter and then we could exclusively turn off hentai. And then that would be fine. That reminds me, I need to watch a hentai called Angel of Darkness. I found this via a review on YouTube called, and I quote, Anime Sex Plants. Okay. Alright. Interesting. I have seen at least 3 anime I think that could be described as that. So, to be fair. Alright, what do we have? Oh, yeah, unexpectedly naughty Fukami. How does someone as perfect as me get turned on by a guy who's so ordinary? Kaiji's good looks and charm have made him popular with everyone at his office. However, beneath the surface, he secretly looks down on others and judges them by a scoring system. If only he could find the perfect bottom who could live up to his standards. One day, Kaiji finds himself on an overnight business trip with his bland colleague Fukami. Unimpressed by the plain-looking Fukami, Kaji vows that even if they were the last 2 people on a desert island, he would never consider sleeping with him. At least that's what he thought, until he glimpsed Fukami coming out of the shower and realized his irresistibly cute and erotic side. I'm gonna be real. Based off the fucking poster, I honestly think Fukami's probably the hotter of the 2. So, I don't... So, I mean, I don't know who the fuck he thinks he is. Alright. Masuda Kosuke, Gekijo Gag Manga Bayori Go. Gag Manga Bayori Go. 5th season, Masuda Kosuke Gekijo Gag Manga Bayori. The last season came out in 2010. This is based on a shonen gag manga by Masuda Kosuke, serialized in Monthly Shonen Jump, which is of course a sequel to season 3, which was famous for its cynicism and sarcasm, featuring an omnibus-styled 5-minute episode starring various characters, including historical figures, which is a sequel to season 2, which makes absolutely no sense, and the first episode is about stickers in snacks. And, let's not forget, it is an anime about absolutely nothing. It comprised of up to 12 short stories that only build up for a small amount of plot for each story. Alright. Let's see. This is Himitsu no Ipri Ringen. 2nd season of Himitsu no Ipri, which came out in 2024 and is related to Prepara, which came out in 2014, which I probably read something at some point about some of this. So we're moving on. We have Uide yo Maho Shoujo Mura Fuho Senkyo. The absurd gag manga follows a 43-year-old company employee named Tamo Kumai, who becomes a magical girl with her friends. She starts a new life at the Magical Girl Village, a village full of madness and despair. Oh, okay, so a classic Magical Girl series. What the fuck is happening in this poster? It's a web manga, 1-minute episodes. You sold me on 1 minute. Welcome to Magical Girl Village, illegally occupied. You sold me. You sold me on 1-minute episodes. That's all you need to sell me, is tell me that I don't have to spend 3 hours watching this. Ariguma Calcaldon. Fuck me, I guess, and no information. It's apparently related to Aragumi Rascal, which came out in 1977, which means I read the plot of this. Yes, SACing MAL Eternal, finally paying off. Finally, SACing MAL Eternal pays off and prevents me from having to read something. The title has the same energy as Illegal Haircut. Kaiju Sekai Seifuku. Following the chaotic and heartwarming daily lives of kaiju who have come to Earth to conquer the world and live with their human masters. Sure. This is related to Kaiju Sekai Seifuku, which was an ONA that came out in 2020, which I read the plot of at some point. Nemeneko follows the funny and amusing daily lives of two cats who want to live their lives doing only fun things. Only fun things. We have Musique, Tiger in Forest. We have, in the Musique Forest by a beautiful lake live 3 tigers, Toffee, Tiffy, and Teffy, along with a mouse named Willie and a moon rabbit named Polmy. They lead a carefree life not working, but every day is filled with fun and fascinating moments. Next up, we have Chikuwa Senki Ore no Kawaii de Chiyu Shinryaku. Fucking cannot read tonight. I cannot read tonight, is what is happening to me right now. No synopsis information. Please see the manga. Alright, what do we got for the manga? Nothing. That's just Doge. Also, Doge died, like, I think this year. So rest in peace, original Doge. I think it was like 20. She? Might have been she. Anyway, I think she was like 20. Sumikiko Garashi. Koko ga Uchitsukun desu. It's related to a movie, which was a sequel of a different movie, which is a sequel of another movie, which was a sequel of another movie. They came out in 2019, which means I read the plot of it. Shibuya Shibuya 3 Hachi Part... Oh, no, it's Shibuya Heart Hachi Part 3. I thought that was 3. I thought that was the 3, but it wasn't. This is Part 3 of Shibuya Heart Hachi, which is, of course, a sequel to Shibuya Hachi, which is Part 2, and Shibuya Hachi, which came out in 2024, and I didn't sound worth watching in 2024, so we don't need to watch it anymore. This is U2 Nya, 3rd season, which is the 3rd season of U2 Nya. I'm like fucking popping off the wall today. I don't know why I'm so energetic. Anyway, this came out in 2023, so who gives a shit? This is, I think, Chinese. This is Jigu Ui Juin Yuen Gyong Nagida. Correction, I think it's Korean. Nailed it. Though Chi-Chi, that cat, looks very cute, she has one goal: eradicate humanity and take over the world. She decides to recruit comrades to aid in her quest, but looks like world conquest won't be that easy. Follow the adventures of Chi-Chi the Tyrant, Duno the Doggo who loves humans, and Kaiser Kang Taishik, the hard-boiled wild hamster, as they face many hardships on their path to absolute domination. Sure. Alright, O&A, or as I like to call it, me trying to badly pronounce Chinese. Tu Bian Ying Xiaong. Xiaong? Really? Fuck off. I mean, I know I wasn't going to get it no matter what, but holy shit. To be Hero X. This is a world where heroes created by people's trust, and the hero who has received the most trust is known as X. In this world, people's trust can be calculated by data, and these values will be reflected on everyone's wrist. As long as enough trust points are obtained, ordinary people can also have superpowers and become superheroes that save the world. However, the ever-changing trust values make the hero's path full of unknowns. I'm gonna choose... No, God, please don't! I would normally be terrible, but that was, like, extra terrible. This is a sequel to To Be Heroine, which came out in 2018, which I probably read. And To Be Hero, which came out in 2016. So, which I actually did want to watch. Oh, they changed the image of it from this. I mostly know it from this image, not this image. This is one of those things I'll watch at some point, and I'll probably review on the actual talk show rather than on my anime channel. It took me that long to remember the words anime channel. Licorice Recoil, Friends Are Thieves of Time. This is 6 short movies featuring the daily lives of Chitato, Takina, and their friends. Each movie will have a different director and storyboard. Oh, that usually turns out terrible. That's usually a bad idea. I will watch this show when I get to 2022 anime, because it actually looks really good. Wow, it actually maintained an 8.0 rating. Okay, I guess it is really good. Moonrise. This anime's controversy is that it was got an all-star production team. And what happens with this is people were really excited, and then Netflix didn't promote it at all in the slightest, and the anime studio, Wit Studio, had to come out publicly and be like, please watch our show, Netflix is not promoting it, and they were like publicly begging Netflix to actually do their job as a production studio and like as a producer and actually market the fucking show, and to the point where the studio created its own trailer, which is apparently not a thing in the animation industry, like in the anime industry. Apparently anime studios don't make their own trailers. That's like part of like the marketing team. So they had to make their own trailer, and they're like, for the love of God, Netflix, market this shit. I recently watched an anime with a stacked dub cast, and it was fucking Brothers Conflict. Apparently Mary is voiced by Aina the End, who I mostly just wanted to see this image. Okay, interesting. Oh, she did the theme song for Apothecary Diaries. Interesting. In the not-too-distant future, from what I remember, doesn't this have the character designer of Full Metal Alchemist? I think it does. There's some connection to Full Metal Alchemist in this. Yep, the creator of Full Metal Alchemist does the character designs for this. Moonrise. Anyway, in the not-too-distant future, humanity has established a loosely organized world government with everything managed by an international AI network called Sapientia. The people who live peaceful lives by loyally obeying its rational decisions. However, Sapientia's lunar development project, which sends criminals and pollutants to the moon to maintain Earth's peace, creates a disparity and poverty on the moon, sparking a catalyst for the war. Jacob Jack Shadow gets caught up in the conflict after losing his family to a terrorist bombing by the moon's rebel army. Vowing revenge, Jack joins the Earth's army as a scout on the moon, only to discover an unexpected leader among the resistance forces. That doesn't sound good, if I'm being honest. But, for the controversy, I will watch it. Because fuck Netflix and its refusal to do its goddamn job. Oh shit, hold on. That image right there is a reference to the Full Metal Alchemist cover. That's fun. That's just fun. That's fun. All right. Koisuru One Piece. I guess they just do One Piece fan letters now. The premise of this gag manga spinoff is about 3 high school students, a young male student, his girlfriend, and a third wheel who is One Piece fanatic. Their names are similar to the Straw Hats, and the group form a fan club dedicated to One Piece. That sounds less fun, but okay. Yes, I am so on board for this one. Here we go. Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game, The Chronicles. The story that lie within the cards come to life. They are doing it. They are making a Sky Striker anime. Yes, I am so on board. Sky Striker, baby. Let's do it. This is based off of Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG stories where they made a fucking Sky Striker manga. It's just, it's not a duel anime, from what I understand. No one's gonna be dueling. They're just straight up doing Sky Striker. The mother of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is fucking here. Get ready. Lan Kishi Wanyan. Oh, wait, did I actually remember to add it, or did I just talk about... Okay. 100,000 years of key refining. Oh, my God. 100,000 years ago, he was the founding disciple of the Tianlan sect. His master ascended to the top, and he was refining key. 90,000... I already read the plot of this. Oh, this is still continuing from winter, then. Seven Fates Chaco. Seven Fates Chaco. This is based on a manhwa. I was gonna say this looks like the very similar to the Lane art style. Maybe it's just the framing. I think it's just the framing because when I zoomed in, it looked a lot less like Lane. Fan Ren Xiao Xian Xuan Wai Hai Feng Yon. I am sorry. I am sorry to the people of China. A Record of Mortal's Journey to Immortality, Season 4. This is still continuing from winter. Yeah, this is still continuing from winter. Okay, what do we have? We have Kuntan Tianjia Zizong Men Guailai. The All-Devouring Whale Homecoming. I want you to know I'm not going to put any effort into learning how to do Chinese. Actually, I did. I did actually learn a little bit of Mandarin in middle school. And as you can tell, I remember literally none of it. Ni hao. That's, I think, the totality of my remembrance. Fan Lingjiao, a gifted spirit pet master, was ambushed in the A-level sect promotion competition and devoured by his own spirit pet whale, Kun. I don't know. When he woke up, he found himself reincarnated into a young man named Liu Meng. I don't know. Who was imprisoned in the White Mansion. His sect, Lingjiao Pavilion, was also in dire straits. And in order to find out the truth about the backlash of the spirit Kun and revive his sect, Fan Lingjiao takes his existing spirit pets and embarks on a new journey with Guling, Chengji, and Yutong. Nailed it. Petite Cure, Precure Fairies. This is a spin-off about the mascots of Precure, and they did a really cutesy fwa-fwa art style. We have Junyu Yoon 2? Yep. Nailed it. This is the second season of Junyu Yoon, which of course came out in 2022, so I've already read the plot of this. Excuse me. This is of course Ling Long's second season, which is the sequel to Ling Long International Special, which came out in 2021. So I've definitely read it already, which is, of course, the sequel to Ling Long, The Final Chapter, which also came out in 2021. This is actually a pretty cool poster. All right, what do we got? We have Shen Yin, Wang Zhao Movie, Yi Lai KC Chuan Qi. Is there no filter for turning off Chinese stuff? My favorite tag, magical sex shift. Villainous has its own tag now? She really created her own. Damn, okay, My Life as a Villainous straight up made its own genre. Okay. Holy shit. Okay, Throne of Steel movie, The Legend of Electrolux. The legendary epic of Electrolux recreates the glorious journey of the great holy necromancer god Electrolux, the scourge of the undead. You heard me. You heard what I just said out loud. It's related to something that came out in 2022, so I already read it. Is there no filter for turning off Chinese Japan at 19? Wu Dei Xizhong Tai King Li. My senior brother is too strong. Due to the cultivator... China. You are one of the oldest countries in human history. Please, get a new plot. Due to the cultivator Liu Shaoqing accidentally obtained the immortal treasure Spring in the Autumn Ring. He was listed as a world-destroying demon by the Righteous Immortal Alliance and was hunted to death. He accidentally traveled through time and space back to 1,000 years ago and shared a body with the enemy who killed him. In order to survive, Liu Xiaoqing, who was deep in enemy's nest, fought wits and courage in his body to snatch the body, and anticipated the enemy's moves to collect rare treasures. In the end, under his wits and courage, Liu Xiaoqing became the first playboy of the righteous path who was hated by everyone. The secrets of the world cultivation gradually surfaced. Liu Xiaoqing counted with his fingers, and the history had already changed. This is translated from Billy by Google Translate. I don't know if you could tell. At a certain point, I don't know if it became incredibly apparent at a certain point. The Star Seekers Hoshi Wo O Shonin Tachi, which is related to a manhwa called The Star Seekers. The idol industry is notoriously rigorous, but for individuals who can wield magic to elevate their performances, fame comes easily. With the public's strong preference for them, these idols are called Tier 1, while those without powers are Tier 2. One such unfortunate group is Star 1. Despite having the financial support to propel them to stardom, they failed to manifest magical powers before becoming adults, causing their company to lose faith in them. As the Tier 2 group struggles to remain in the limelight, an unidentified terrorist organization becomes targeting and murdering Tier 1 groups for unknown reasons. And it's them! They're doing it! When Star 1's ever-hopeful members, Sewell, Eugene, Tahoe, Vicon, and Aves, fill a last-minute vacant spot at a Tier 1 idol show, they find themselves in the eye of the terrorist attack. As the situation escalates, Sewell unleashes his magical abilities for the first time and saves everyone. With this miraculous turn of events, the boys are given another chance to excel in the idol industry. They are assigned to a capable trainer specialized in awakening and controlling one's magical powers. However, the terrorists suspect Star 1 to be boys of destiny, fated to save the world, and swear on destroying them for good. Star Seekers is a part of the Tomorrow Together, the Star Seekers universe, with each character representing a member of the group. The webtoon is made of a collaboration between Webtoon Entertainment and High Bay Corporation. As a concept can be found throughout Tomorrow Together's music videos, short films, and animation that all come together to tell the full story. It was originally a webtoon series that was released in print by Hakusan Publishing from November 27, 2023 to December 26, 2024. The series is fully published digitally in English, Indonesian, Spanish, and Thai by Webtoon Entertainment since January 16, 2022. The company has also digitally released the webtoon in French and German since January 17, 2022, and has been published in print by Yen Press under Ease Press imprint since November 14, 2023. I'm reading a manga because I read the description and thought, this has 90 chapters, there's no fucking way it's about her fucking her boss because he is a big dick. Feels like a really long one-shot. That's all you need, baby! How long are the chapters? How long are the chapters? I'm impressed you can squeeze 90 chapters out of... We have Kanshigai no Atelier Meister mini anime. I forgot if I decided to watch Kanshigai. I think I didn't because he was oblivious to his abilities, and I thought that was lame. Yep, correct. This is Taigu Zan-kun. Oh, I did actually read the synopsis. There was nothing going on there. Okay. Let's see. This is Ancient Taigu Zanhan, Ancient War Soul. A generation of martial arts emperor was killed and fell, and 10,000 years later he was reborn in a young man named King Fang. He awakened the supreme spirit and practiced the supreme martial arts. From then on, he fought against countless geniuses. All the heavens and the worlds will tremble because of his return. What a terrible fucking boring-ass plot. The good guy gets reincarnated, and then he beats everyone. They're like 15 to 20 pages. Is it just sex the entire time? Da Jiao King Shenggong. Nailed it. 50 years ago, the martial arts world suddenly invaded by chaos. Morong Kiong formed a demon sect to fight against it, but they could not win despite the hard battle. The messenger of God, Yi Zuihua, came and fought everyone the demonization skills to successfully defeat the chaos, but the messenger of God left, and demonization skills were introduced into the martial arts world and got out of control. Morong Kiong was disappointed and retired. His subordinate Yu Haobing took the opportunity to take over, improved the demonization skills, and created the punk invigoration era, making martial arts world prosperous, but the price was that the the martial artists all became superior martial arts monsters. Dong Feng Sheng, a young man with a pure heart, found Morong Qiong, who had retired to the Jiangji Hotel, hoping to fully rely on him to restore the former glory of the martial arts world. Thus, this ridiculous story begins. They talk and shit, but then they fuck every chapter. They talk and shit every chapter? Wow! Gekkan Nanmono anime. Set in a world where everything is a living thing, from animals and plants to food and objects. I don't want that. That sounds bad. Get me out of there. We have Zhao Zhan Ziyao. Honestly, the girl's kind of hot. I'm gonna put that out there. It's a scat manga? Okay. Alright. You know what? Then there's a lot of ways to shit. I could see 90 chapters of that, I guess. He won, the leader of the hidden clan feared by all three realms, suddenly attacked the heavenly palace. The supreme god Nanze came to fight. In order to protect Nanze, the jade growing fairy Yu Xiao risked her life to save him. When she and He Wan were about to perish together, she unexpectedly reborn. By mistake, Yu Xiao was reborn into He Wan's body. After the rebirth, He Wan's hidden powers was greatly damaged. Ting Zhao, the hidden guard of the West Sea, came to the leader He Wan recover her hidden power. Since then, Ziyao was forced to embark on the road of a two-faced female leader, pretending to be majestic in front of others and being charming in front of the king. This is from Ikki and translated by Google. If you can't, feels like I have to clarify that's a joke, and it feels like I have to clarify that I was also joking from the start. This is Chibenzichi Sensei Ino Kori Kogiryoku mini anime for the shit that we already talked about that was released on YouTube. Hell yeah, baby. OVA, let's rock it in. Let's do it. It's Konosubarashi Sekai ni Shukofuku wo 3 bonus stage. Never again will I make fun of the length of Konosuba's name. Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World 3 OVA. Original video anime episodes of Konosuba. I will watch this. I'm going to go cry in the toilet like I'm back in high school. We have Jujutsu Kaisen. Is this just a full-length movie of hidden inventory? Jujutsu Kaisen Kaigyoku Gyoketsu. I would argue that hidden inventory and premature death are the same fucking arc. Konosuba is still going. The light novel ended. The light novel ended, and the reason the anime is still going is because the director was like, "We want to do a season 3, but we're not going to get permission." And then they actually got permission to do season 3. So there was like a long period where there was no Konosuba because it was like, no, we want to do it, but they won't let us. And now they're being allowed to. So they're probably going to finish Konosuba off. You're probably going to see like season 4 of Konosuba. I don't know how much more light novel it is. I don't think there really is that much. I think it's like season 4 and season 5 maybe is like the furthest we'll get with Konosuba. But at this point, I imagine they're going to do the whole thing. Anyway, hidden inventory is the only good part of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'll say it. So here's what I'm going to say. Everyone. Here's what I'll say. You can quote me on this. If this movie is good, if this movie is a good adaptation of Hidden Inventory, then this is the only part of Jujutsu Kaisen you need to watch. The only part. If this movie is good, this is the only thing you need to watch from Jujutsu Kaisen ever. You can just stop after this movie. Quote me on that. All right. Let's see. Kobayashi-san Chi no Maid Dragon Samishi Garia no Ryu, or Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, a lonely dragon wants to be loved. This is probably another arc in Dragon Maid, so I'll watch it at some point, honestly. I still haven't gotten around to season 2 of Dragon Maid, which I hear they really botched the dub for. Virgin Punk. Okay. Apparently, I decided to add this. Oh, this is by the yeah. This is by Yasuomi Umetsu. How about I say that? There. That's what you get from me. This is by Yasuomi Umetsu. Fuck off. Kite. I was trying to say kite, I think, or kokuku. I think I tried to say either kite or kokuku. He did do kokuku, right? Or mezzo forte. Yeah, he did Kokoku. Okay, I wasn't wrong about that. He did Kokoku. He did art for SMT9. He's got a very distinct art style. The story follows Ubu, a young woman who finds herself living in the dangerous life of a bounty hunter. As she grapples with her inner turmoil, she becomes entangled in a world filled with chaos and the desires of the powerful and eccentric individuals around her. Didn't I have this marked, actually? Yeah, 2025. I think I actually had this marked as a winter anime, and I guess they pushed the date back, is probably what happens. Because I remember we already talked about this. All right, we got another Princess Principal movie. We're at a point with the Princess Principal movies where I might just wait for all of them to come out, and then once they're all out, I'll just review all of them. Because we still have movie 5, movie 6. All right, looks like we have 6 Princess Principal movies. Princess Principal Season 1 was pretty good. I might do a rewatch of Season 1, and then... Lay it on me, Sack. How many rape scenes are going to be in this movie? Because you know Umetsu. I think it's a series. Isn't it? Oh, it is a movie. Oh, approximately 1/2 of one. They're going to attempt to rape her, but she doesn't actually get raped. That's my call. Anyway. Yeah, I was unaware that they were still making Princess Principal movies. Where I'm at with Princess Principal is I might just wait for them to make all of the Princess Principal movies, and then I'll review all of the Princess Principal movies, is I think where I'm at this moment. We have a Conan movie. Alright, we have... Meitante Conan Movie 28, Sekigan No Flashback, or Detective Conan Movie 28, One-Eyed Flashback. My thing with Detective Conan, they switched it out with the Android. My thing with Detective Conan is I like the idea of a mystery series, and I would totally watch Conan, but my problem is it seems super episodic, and it seems like there's no interest in progressing the main plot whatsoever, and that sort of dissuades me from ever being interested in Conan. Like, if it ever got to a fucking point, I would, like, watch it, but, like, the fact that it just seems to be, like, a bunch of random-ass mysteries is sort of dissuading. Like, there's no sense of progression, from what I understand. If I'm remembering correctly, the main character of Mezzoforte had the same VA as a Neptune in the dub. Interesting. We could probably find that out, actually. Virgin Punk. Yasumi Umetsu. We're just playing Kevin Bacon in this shit. Mezzoforte. Mikura Suzuki. And then Melissa Fawn or Lucy Christian. Control F. Neptune. Yep. Melissa Fawn, Neps. Nep. Weird as shit that they don't separate Purple Heart from Neptune. But like, there's the weirdest character separations in this. Like, Mal has the weirdest separations of characters, where it's like, this character is this other character in disguise, and they'll have two different character entries, so it's weird they don't separate Purple Heart from Neptune. Here we go. Lupin the Third, the movie. Fujimi no Zoku. Lupin the Third, the movie. So this is part of the Woman Called Fujiko Mine series, where it's sort of like an adult-focused Lupin series. Excuse me. Where they started with the show The Woman Called Fujiko Mine, who, I'm going to spoil this, was not in fact Fujiko Mine, but anyway, doesn't matter. And then they made a Jigen movie called Jigen's Bloodstone, which is pretty good, actually. And then they made a movie centered around Goemon called Goemon's Blood Spray, which honestly is like super violent to like a disconcerting level. Like, the amount of violence in this movie, I was like, ugh, I'm not a fan of this. And also felt like it didn't really add much anyway. But then they also made a Fujiko Mine movie called Fujiko Mine's Lie, which was pretty good. So honestly, outside of the Goemon movie, which was just like senseless violence for the sake of it, the adult Lupin films are pretty good. And I think this is the one that's either focused on Zenigata, or it's the one that's focused on Lupin himself. So yeah, I'm on board for the new adult Lupin film. I guarantee I will never watch Lupin. Lupin's pretty good. Lupin's underrated. And Fujiko Mine is like one of my favorite characters from all anime. Uta no Prince Sama movie Taboo Night Kisses. You love your prince's night kisses. Goemon is the machete to Lupin's spike. Lupin, I mean, in the adult universe, not really, I would say. It's like, because, like, they have, like, sex and tits and drugs and, like, murder in all of the other Lupin movies. Honestly, not even just in the adult movies, like the Woman Called Fujiko I'm gonna call it, the Fujiko Mine verse. Not just in the Fujiko Mine verse. But in like, even like traditional 70s Lupin had all of these things in it. Like, there was like one arc in the original 70s anime, which was actually pretty good, where Lupin spent like 5 years in jail awaiting execution. So yeah, it was like 1 year. It was like a year or two. Like, he spent years in jail waiting for his execution. So it's like, it's not like they didn't have the stuff originally. But it's like, it's like if they had like a series, like there was a movie series where it was still targeted towards adults and they were all tasteful, and then for whatever reason one of the movies was just like fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre or some shit. I don't know. I was trying to think of the most violent movie I could, and I came up with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, apparently. Anyway, Uta Prince came out in 2022. What is the most violent movie I could think of? Like, the legitimately most violent movie I could think of off the top of my head. Because I came to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I don't think that's the most violent movie I've ever... I wonder what the most violent movie I've ever seen is. Only has a cup of blood in it. Yeah, that's why it wasn't a great citation, was it? What is the most violent movie I've ever seen? I would say Serbian film, but I really don't think that movie is actually that violent. I'm gonna write most violent movies. Let's find out what we got. Hold on. Can we get a list of the most violent movies? Here is a Looper list of the most violent movies of all time. Let's see if I've seen any of them. Inside, no. Cannibal Holocaust, have not. Saving Private Ryan, haven't seen it. Angst, no. Natural Born Killers, haven't seen it. I Saw the Devil, didn't watch it. Only God Forgives, never heard of it. Ichi the Killer, didn't see it. Although I think Ichi the Killer is actually a good example of a movie that would be comparable to a Goemon's blood spray, unlike how unreasonably violent it is for no fucking reason. I spit on your grave. I've heard of it. Green Room. Oh, I've seen Green Room. Green Room's not that violent, though. When we consider the most violent movies of all time, there's as many large-scale movies as small-scale ones. Green Room may be the smallest. Almost the entire movie takes place in a single location, a venue ran by white supremacists, where the protagonist's band, the Ain't Rights, play a show only to become trapped there when they discover a corpse. Yeah, what's actually a fun fact about Green Room, what's fun, is that they're like a punk band that get invited to play at a white supremacist venue. But they're like not the type of, they're not white supremacist punks, they're anti-white supremacist punks, and it was a complete mismatch. And like the leader of the white supremacists is played by Sir Patrick Stewart. And they, everything's fine until they walk into the wrong green room and they discover a corpse. Like after they play a show, Patrick Stewart's like comes up and he's like, hey, I fucked up on this booking. Clearly, we're not right fits for each other. We'll get your money. You can get out of here. Like, they're really chill. The white supremacists are really chill up until the body gets discovered, and then it turns into a thriller. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, I would not describe the violence in Green Room as noble for another reason. Perhaps most of all, the way the movie shows machete and dog violence in ways never seen before. A character's arm is cut several times with machete, but doesn't simply get hacked off. Instead, showing the audience ribbons of flesh as the character's hand hangs loosely to the rest of their body. And most other movies cut away when a dog attacks. Green Room shows characters literally getting their throats ripped out. I don't remember it being that violent. I'm being honest. I've seen it. It's a solid movie. Don't remember it being that violent. Nazi punks fuck off is a very common punk saying. It's also a song. Yeah, it might even come up in the movie, actually. But there's also literal Nazi punks. So it's a double, punk music is a two-sided coin. One side really likes Nazis and the other side is not a fan. So sometimes you flip that coin wrong. Terrifier, haven't seen it. Apocalypto, I've heard of it. Oh, those are just like straight up Aztecs. Like, honestly, the costuming's not that bad. The Raid, haven't seen it, heard good things. The House That Jack Built, haven't seen it. Sin City, I watched a scene from it. Sin City's super violent, actually. Sin City's not a terrible example of the kind of movie I'm talking about. Brain Dead, Martyrs, haven't seen it. I am familiar. Full Metal Jacket, wanted to see it, can't fucking find it. Actually, can't even find that one. I had a teacher that was like, I'm going to show you Full Metal Jacket in school. He said this. He's like, we're going to show you Full Metal Jacket to show you what the Vietnam War was like. And then it never happened. It never materialized. I was very disappointed. Boku to Roboku movie. This is I've read this. We've read this, didn't we? This is the movie of Boku to Roboku. There's a band called Jew Driver, which is a Jewish cover band that exclusively plays covers of songs by Screwdriver, which is probably the most notorious Nazi. Is it like a full-on parody? It just like in the exact opposite direction, where it's just like fuck Nazis. Because that's fun. Obviously the counter part is fun, not the Nazi thing. I'm very anti-Nazi. I don't know if that's obvious, but yeah. Anyway, Kaito Queen no Yuga ga Vacancies, Mirage Queen Vacancies Elegantes, which is a sequel to a show I decided to watch apparently for 2022. So we have Mume no Jinsei. Is the lonely, bullied boy who follows his father's footsteps and aims to become an idol. Okay, then. This is Dragonheart, Reikai Tanboki. Dragonheart, Adventures Beyond This World. Is this based off of the movie/book Dragonheart? Nope. Ryosuke is a junior high school student starting to live in Tokyo. During his summer vacation, he visits Tokushima and reunites with his teenage cousin Tomumi. Nailed it. Ryosuke and Tomumi go outing to the Anabuki River, where they get swept away by the rushing current. As they sink to the bottom of the river, a dragon appears, rescues them, and takes them to a mysterious old man. The old man tells Ryosuke and Tomimi that they are already dead, but they can send them back to life if they explore the spirit world and find their mission in life. Although perplexed with the situation, Ryosuke and Tomimi decide to begin their journey to the spirit world. First, they arrive in a gloomy town that looks... Are we getting the whole synopsis? That looks like it's from the 1960s. Soon, they are assailed by terrible things one after after another. They see fear-ridden rogues killing one another and doctors mutilating patients. People die and rise. They get killed and rise again. Ryosuke and Tomimi realize they are in hell, but their journey doesn't end there. The adventure beyond this world continues into the unknown. Will they find their mission in life? I don't know. Why don't you continue on, synopsis, and tell me the rest of the fucking film? Ain't no Tomimi girl living here. What do you say? It is... Oh, God. Should I actually try? Tomomi. Honestly, as quick as I was going through it, I wasn't that far off. This is apparently related to, like, 5 other movies? What is this? This is related to Shiwasete Nani, which came out in 1991. Hermes Winds of Love, which came out in 1997. This has the same art style as Melos. The first title in a series of anime films by the Happy Science cult? Wait, are these Happy Science movies? Yeah, this is also the Happy Science. What the fuck? Oh, no. Okay, TAC doesn't exclusively do Happy Science. What the hell is Gilgamesh? Came out in 2003. What the fuck is Gilgamesh? In an attempt to gather immortality and immortality, scientists around the world have assembled to study Heaven's Gate, the tomb-turned-laboratory of the mythical king Gilgamesh. But soon enough, the research is deemed unethical and all plane where it comes to a halt. However, a group of terrorists pay this no thought and storm into Heaven's Gate, ultimately causing an explosion that leads to the collapse of advanced information civilization. Many years after this incident, the Sibylle Tetsuya and Kyoko Madoka are on the run from thugs, yet this seems to be the least of their worries, as they find themselves in the midst of a war between 2 powerful cryptic factions, with groups claiming to fight for the betterment of society. Tatsuya and Kyoko will have to find a way to decide who to trust. This actually sounds pretty good. I'm gonna watch this. Anyway. I've never heard of this before. Anyway, yeah, this is the Happy Science cult shit. What is the relation of these? Was produced for Happy Science cult. Oh, okay, these are Happy Science movies. Oh, all of these were Happy Science films. Oh my god, this is a Happy Science cult film. Oh, shit. Oh, Happy Science movie 10. Oh my god. You're gonna watch the cult anime? Are you serious? No. When I clicked the creator, when I did the studio that did one of the Happy Science movies, it was Group TAC, which is a legitimate animation studio. They did the Baki TV series, they did Techno Lies, Lupin the Third, Black Blood Brothers, Gaku and Alice. They did the Blame movie, apparently. They did Battleship Yamato, Those Who Kill Elves. So, like, I found Gilgamesh by just scrolling through the studio that made one of the Happy Science movies. It is not, in and of itself, a Happy Science movie. I don't think. I'm pretty sure no. Yeah, no, it was done by Group TSA. It might have been multiple studios. Technolize was... Oh, it was Madhouse. I don't know why it's listed as TSA here. Oh, they produced it. They were the producer. They weren't the studio. They were the producer of it. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so this is a Happy Science movie. Honestly, I wasn't going to watch it anyway. So... Junk World. This is a sequel to Junkhead, which was a movie that came out in 2017. In the distant future, humanity is hurtling down a path of ruin. Global environmental destruction has caused chemical contamination. Radioactive fallout and UV rays coming through patchy ozone layer has led to the deterioration of the human genome. Fun fact, we've mostly solved the ozone layer problem. Well, I drained that water. Oh my god, I was thirsty. Oh, we're done with the coffee alcohol. Do I sound drunk? I'm not. I'm not even tipsy. I don't even feel it. Mr. Robot. Is this related to the TV show Mr. Robot? I'm going to assume yes. Excuse me. We have King of Prism, Your Endless Call, Me, Nah, Kirimeki, Prism, Tours. This is, of course, a sequel to King of Prism All-Stars Prism Show Best 10, which came out in 2020, so I've already read it. Right over here, we've got Jijian Chengshi. Jijian Chengshi Extreme City, which, honestly, that's a pretty cool poster. So, very prototype. This is, of course, Shijan Z, Endless Journey of Love, which is we don't have any information on. This is, of course, Chinpui Iri-sama, No Good Luck. This is a movie shown at the Fujiko F Museum in Kawasaki, Kanagawa to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the franchise. Of course, the Chinpui franchise, which came out in 1989, which, of course, means I've already read it. Okay, we have TV specials. We're almost done, everyone. Lock in. We've only got a few left. We have Natsumi Yujincho Shinshi Special. Natsumi's Book of Friends Season 7 Special. At some point, I will hop on to Natsumi's Book of Friends. At some point. Not now, but at some point. Tama Ranai no wa Koi Nanoka. Misuzu was brain dead and a delinquent when a small incident left him isolated, but one day he sees the top student. Kitahara gets surrounded by bullies and decides to help him out. That sparked Kitahara's interest in the lonely boy, but Misuzu pushes Kitahara away. If you get involved with me, you'll get ostracized by everyone else too. But it won't take long for Misuzu's resolve to falter. And then they fuck. Oh, it's a shoujo series? Okay, they probably don't fuck, but they kiss real hard. One Piece Egghead Arc Recap. This is a special edited version which looks back on episodes 1089 through 1122 that were broadcast from January to October 24th. I watch One Piece arc by arc at this point, and so I will, at some point, watch Wano. Get ready for my Wano watch-along. Actually, what I've basically decided is that the way Anime Favorite Search works, what I'm basically going to do is I am going to probably re-watch One Piece all the way up until that point as part of a review. So I probably will watch Wano at the same time I watch the rest of One Piece over, and then definitely probably watch through Egghead Island. And that is going to take so fucking long to get to that point that One Piece will be goddamn over by the time I have done that. So maybe not, but probably. But maybe not, but probably. If One Piece does end, I will probably jump onto the Anime Favorite Search on One Piece immediately. As far as the anime goes. Like, once the anime is over, that's probably what I'll end up doing. But Hayakusho Kizoku second season specials. This is specials included with the DVD release of the second season of Hayakuku Kuzoshu. Just sort of petered out there. Oh, this is also done by the creator of Full Metal Alchemist, though. So that's kind of fun. Specials included with the DVD release of the second season of Hayakusho Kizoku, bundled with the 8.1 volume of the manga. There is apparently an anime adaptation of this, which came out in 2024. So, okay, that's it. That is spring of 2025. How many anime was worth watching in spring of 2025? I feel like less than normal. Am I wrong? 1. Oh my god. 2. 3, 4. Probably 5, but we'll ignore that for now. Oh my god. 5. 6, 7, 8, I'll say 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Maybe this episode just took so long that it feels like there's a lot. 18. Because 18's not... I mean, for a spring season, 19... For a spring season, 19's not great. Because it's gone up into, like, the 30s before. But, like, it's not bad. Yeah, 19. 19's not terrible, I think. It's like 19 and a half, 20. Oh, 20 right there. At 21. Yeah, 20. I don't really count the movies, so we'll say about 21. About 21 anime this season. You know what? That's not bad. I guess this is just a really long list. It's, what is this? It's 136 anime? Yeah, I guess this is just a long list. It felt like we were doing this forever. How long have I been streaming for? Because it feels like forever. We've been live for... Oh, fuck, where is it? Where's it labeled? 2.5 hours. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so it's actually not that bad. It just feels like we've been here forever. Okay, well, anyway, I think we're good. I don't have any promises for you when the next stream is going to be. But what I will tell you is we're back enough. We're mostly back. So look forward to that. What I will say is I want to say late tomorrow. Holy shit, there's 4 people. Hi, everyone. I want to say late tomorrow we'll launch into a KOTOR. So I guess look forward to that. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. Of course, I've been Sacrabolic, your Envoy of Hope. This has been the second worst thing I make, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.